Guys, welcome to the channel. Listen, fuck it, I'm on one. I've got some shit to speak, okay? This YouTube copyright system, this DMCA apocalypse, as people are talking about across Twitch as well, but I'm just mainly talking about YouTube, is a disaster. And let me tell you why. I'm going to drop knowledge on this video that other people just don't know about, because in all honesty, I've taken risks with this channel and with Rock React's channel with the copyright system that other people haven't been prepared to take. And so I know about how it works in ways that other people don't. But the situation we're in right now is fucked. Let me tell you why. So a question that I get all the time from people trying to start reaction channels, all sorts of things, and it's a question I wondered myself before I ever started a reaction channel. How the hell do you get away with using copyrighted music in your videos? And the answer is, quite honestly, you don't. You don't. Every single video, if you know me, every single video on my channel, bar the odd miraculous one that seems to slip through the net, gets automatically content claimed by robots. It's a system that's been in place since I started reacting to music and before that. And to be honest, while I have my issues with it, as a solution to allow reaction channels to exist while placating the labels, the IP owners, the content owners, as a system to allow reaction channels to exist regardless of money, it kind of works. Well, it certainly did until recently. But most of my videos don't get blocked, as you'll see. The majority just get claimed, allows me to put them out. Everyone from No Life Shack up there at 2 million plus subscribers down to a brand new reaction channel that just started yesterday allows them to put their videos out there. However, we're now in a situation where this week 6 of my last 7 videos that I uploaded were instantly blocked, right? They were instantly blocked, so they couldn't exist on YouTube. Incredibly frustrating, okay? If this had been the case when I'd started, fine, you can't make a reaction channel, move on with your life. But we're in this situation now, and like I say, some of these reaction channels, over 1 million subscribers, some over 2 million subscribers. Big significant channels with real consequences in the game and the industry. So what's changed where suddenly these videos are getting blocked? Well, the robots have changed. It's as simple as that, right? The robots have changed. The bots that they use, the bots that they implement to hear this music are now hearing shorter snippets. They're now seeing smaller versions of videos. They're robots. These aren't people. There's no human beings to talk to. So you can't have a conversation. They can't determine between a fair use snippet and an album reaction, or you literally just uploaded an album or a song, which is understandable if they don't want that to be happening on YouTube, especially when YouTube's algorithm wasn't so good at filtering the official stuff to the top. Now these videos are getting blocked, and these snippets are getting blocked automatically. And I'm really not too sure why. I'm not too sure what's changed. I'm not too sure what's changed at the label side, the content owner's side, to change things. Because we're in this situation. So check this out. Every single week, I get reached out to by somebody from either one of the major labels or the sub-labels within those major labels being UMG, WMG, and SME, and they have tons of sub-labels below them, many of which you'll have heard the names of, the Interscopes, the Empires, all these sorts of things. And I get reached out to by somebody from one of the teams there asking to do a reaction video, sometimes asking to pay to have a reaction video on my channel as part of the media spend budget, right, for that project. And we'll talk more about media spend in a minute. So we're in this strange situation where you've got one arm of these labels wanting to work with reaction channels as a media source, and the other arm, some sort of mysterious robotic arm, that wants to shut it all down. Although I don't actually think it does want to shut it all down. I don't think this arm, the robot arm, knows what the fuck it's doing. In which case, this is why the copyright system has become a disaster, because it is taking human intelligence out of the picture and replacing it with binary this or this logic in the purest sense, computer logic, and there's no arguing or nuance with that. There's nobody to speak to. So what do you do when your video gets blocked? Now here's where I said I'd drop some knowledge that a lot of people don't know, and I've told some people about this, some other reactors, because I took some fucking risks. I took some risks with the channel. I've taken some big risks with the channel and Rock Reacts back in the day. But ultimately, when you get a claim filed on your video, you can then go into YouTube's back end, file a dispute against that, say, no, this is fair use, or I own this, and then this will go to the content owner or someone at the content owner's office in terms of an email, and they will have 30 days, which is a long time, to respond, okay? They don't respond, your content claim gets taken away. Most of the time, within those 30 days, a whole month, they'll respond, go, no, this is still valid, they still keep the money. But on a blocked video, this is what other people don't know, if they don't respond within 48 hours, that block will get taken away. The claim will still be there, the money will still be going to them, but the block will get taken away, which is why I often say, shit guys, this video got blocked, I'll try and get it up in a couple of days. It's simple as that. It normally takes around 53 to 54 hours, bizarrely, not 48. But most of the time, as long as they don't respond to that email within 2 days, which they rarely do, I can get the video back up. There's a whole system beyond that where you can counterfile against their rejected dispute, and then that becomes a potential legal process, and you get into a whole thing with counter DMCAs, which I've taken risks on before. My Tyler, the Creator Flower Boy album reaction, back when my channel was much smaller and I was prepared to be a little more frivolous and a little more risky with it. So a bit earlier, right, I said I was going to talk about media spend. Now, I've worked in the video games industry since 2005 as a reviewer. I worked for Monster Energy in marketing for 8 years on the video game side. And while I've never worked in the industry side of music, I understand a lot of these industries work very similarly. When there's a big product launch, when there's a big album, when there's a big game, when there's a big anything, the companies behind it will allocate a media spend. And if it's a big thing, if it's a Drake album for something like that, that media spend is going to be astronomical. We are talking $100 million, okay? Huge. Billboards, TV ads, pre-roll ads, every type of thing you could possibly think of, like paid interviews, all everything you could think of, everything that you've seen in terms of marketing, social campaigns, everything will go into that. However, right, there is a basic formula in marketing where editorial is worth 4 times advertising. So where does that come from? That actually comes from print magazines, okay? So maybe the formula is slightly different now. It's a little bit of an old school one. But basically the idea being, say you had a game coming out or an album coming out, a page review in a major publication estimated to be worth 4 times taking out a single page advert. And you can understand why. You see an advert for a Drake album, great. If you read a page review of a Drake album, 5-star review, you know, that's going to be worth way more to you as the consumer, as the reader, right? And that's what I mean, editorial. So editorial in this case, we're talking about magazines, the stuff that's in the magazines is written by the writers. But it could also mean reaction videos, it can mean game reviews. So if we use that same formula, right, I'm just going to bring up an example of a big reaction video. I'm going to bring up a recent video from No Life Shaq. Massive channel, amazing growth, amazing grind from the guy. His Jack Harlow Tyler Hero reaction has 431,000 views in a week. I can't think of any magazine, almost anything that could possibly recreate those sorts of numbers in history, even major websites, to have a whole video dedicated to it. Okay, so like I said, 431,000 views, 1.76 thousand comments, 28,000 likes. The engagement, the interaction on that. Then you have to think of something which I don't have the stats for in Shaq's, right? But I can look at my own, of course. Okay, we go to one of my biggest videos, the Weekend After Hours full album reaction from earlier this year. It's at 351,000 views in, 6-8 months, which is less than Shaq got for his Tyler Hero reaction in a week, but that's just channel size. But I'm still very happy with those 350,000 views. Look at the reach. Impressions, so how many times that thumbnail has been seen on YouTube, not necessarily clicked on, obviously, but just seen. 5.8 million. That is a digital billboard that has been seen 5.8 million times. 5.8 million impressions, okay? Just on my video. Digital billboard. $100 million media spend from a label. 0 cost for a reaction channel to put a video out. 5.8 million impressions, 350,000 views. Shaq's 431,000 views in a week. 0 media spend. In fact, the craziest thing is they get the money, so it's a negative media spend. They earn that, okay? But how crazy is this? The labels are cutting off their nose to spite their face, because with these new bots that they've put in that are blocking now all these videos, they are losing this incredible negative media spend. But let's just call it a free media spend, just for the sake of argument. To have bought that many views and impressions would cost thousands and thousands of dollars. If you 4x that in terms of getting the editorial engagement, you're talking that, I mean, just for my video, I would estimate $20, $30, $35,000 in media spend. You can't actually buy it, but if you just think about it like that, somebody asked me on Twitter, what do the labels get out of it? They get an impossible amount of marketing out of reaction channels. And here's the other crazy thing. Look at the artists. that like what we do. Look at the artists that show love to reactions. Of course they do, right? It makes total sense. You put music out as an artist, and especially now when you can't go and play live, and you get to see that instant feedback. Love that video from Rina Sawayama where she reacted to reactors. Obviously KSI does it all the time, and I've been blessed to be on his videos. But other artists should do it too, to be honest, because it's great content for everybody, and it also just creates a nice feedback loop. But I put a list out on Twitter. I put it up on screen. Artists that have shown love and support to reaction channels. Okay, The Weeknd, Drake, Eminem, Justin Bieber. That's 4. That's 4 off the top of my head. So what a crazy situation we're in. We're in a situation where robots are fucking over the channels and the creators, and YouTube is doing nothing for it. The own robots are fucking over the labels. The amount of money they will be losing from killing channels like mine and much bigger channels, but YouTube is doing nothing other than allowing content claims to kill not only our channels, but also this amazing free marketing editorial for the artists and labels. It makes no sense. It's a fucking disaster. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get it fixed one day. But I do worry that it's going to get worse before it gets better. So before I finish, of course, I will still be pushing through the reactions as much as possible. It'll still be the main part of my channel unless they literally all get blocked. But you will have to expect some more non-reaction content on the channel, just because if I can't put videos out, then the channel doesn't exist. So that's the situation we're in now. Rant over. Let me know your thoughts on the whole situation below. Hopefully I've gone into detail. Please feel free. Reach out on social media on this topic and I'll go into more detail. I've got a lot of information and knowledge about this that other people don't necessarily have. And just to wrap it all up, think about this for me, please. Yes, music is copyrighted content. Yes, there's always going to be attention in a video like mine or another reaction channel using copyrighted content. Think about every single thumbnail that you see on YouTube, every single gaming channel, okay? Every single time where people film in vlogs, interiors where they don't have permission, every single time a brand logo appears in a video without the permission and written clearance from that brand. I've worked in branding, trust me. It's a very, very, very complicated process. And if we're going to go down the route of saying that all copyrighted material in content, in streaming and YouTube has to be cleared with individual brands, there ain't going to be any more content. The internet has changed the way this stuff works. The reality of it is you either kill it all, which is like fucking just committing suicide for all of these companies, or we work to fix it. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Expect more of these videos from me when I get fucking passionate about these types of subjects, right? And I'll catch you later. Peace!